Our students are growing into a world that is unknown. It's different from day to day, year to year. And when I think of a kindergartner starting and what the world will be in 12 years, the world has changed in the past 12, it will continue to do so. So to understand how to best enable them to meet that world and be successful and competent and a caring human being, as well as smart and active and engaged, I need the work of my colleagues and my larger community to help get our students ready. So the stakeholders, we talk in education about stakeholder groups, and we expand to parents and maybe the faith community and our local legislators or politicians, but the ecosystem is much larger than that. And it's really a K-16 system with our higher ed partners, and the world of work and college career readiness is so critical, and we're not the experts. We need everyone's expertise to contribute to what our students need as they grow.
We're committed to making sure every one of our candidates is classroom ready. And to what that means to us is, one is they understand what's happening in the public schools. So if change making is happening in the public schools, our students need to be well versed on that, ready to engage with that. They should not have to learn about it stepping out into the schools. It should be part of what their program is. I think the second thing that comes along naturally with that is that they're going out to educate these kids for the future that Paula was just talking about. We don't even know what it is yet. So if we're not creating thinkers as well as doers, we're setting them up in a disadvantage. So, when I look at the role that the community college plays as well as the public schools, these high school kids and these third graders that are working their way up through the system, they're going to be in our schools counting on us, helping them be able to meet the future. Right, and so I think that's really our call to action, which is we need to help kids meet the future. We need to make sure that they're ready if they go to the Mount Wachusett Community College, which we'll be introducing here in a minute. I want to make sure they're ready to be successful there. So I see my role as making sure that the candidates that leave our schools that go down to work in the Fitchburg public schools are ready to cultivate students that are passionate about learning and see the future in their hands.
Thinking back to this work, if students don't understand their own agency, their own ability to be able to create change, they're not going to feel empowered to participate in our democracy. And so weaving that particular frame into the work that we do at Mount Wachusett Community College, and in particular this year into early college, where we're partnering with Fitchburg High School and with Fitchburg State University to really look at our ecosystem here in North Central Massachusetts and what education looks like for students here in this region, because they stay here. Many of our students do not leave. And so if we're providing the opportunity for students to really engage in their own learning experience in a holistic way, where we're taking care to incorporate not just the intellectual components, but the mind, the body, the spirit, the holistic learning experience, we're going to have change makers. We're going to have students who understand their own agency, their own ability to create change, and it will literally change what North Central Mass looks like.
I'm really excited about the whole change-making concept and the fact that Mount Wachusett Community College has played a role in it and had a role in this, because from an entire ecosystem perspective, we can't do any of this alone. We simply cannot. So even when we come across a child or a young adult or one of our early college students or one of our students who's returning to school at the age of 45, if they show an interest in bringing about positive change in our world, we can't support them alone. We have to have the participation of our local business community. local industries, our local political figures, our local boards of trustees, everyone needs to be involved in order to provide the support that the student needs. We're, as you've mentioned, all three of you have mentioned the fact that we're experiencing such significant change in this world right now. And the Mount Wachusett Community College is also experiencing significant change in every way, the way we deliver programs, the types of programs that we offer in order to maintain relevance in this changing world. And so this type of program, the Changemaking program, really helps support students, faculty, and staff in bringing about opportunities for that change. I met with someone, an employee the other day, and I said, very specifically, I said, it's absolutely okay to be fearful of some of the changes that we're having, as long as failure is not one of the things you're fearful of. Because we have to take chances. We have to be able to go down roads that we've never gone down before. And it's my objective, and I think I have been, but to be supportive even in those situations where we find ourselves, well, maybe that didn't work out the way we thought it would. That's okay. We need to be at the forefront of taking some of those risks in order to support the change that's needed for our students.
We have been working together with Fitchburg State, Fitchburg High, and 2 other local school districts, Leominster and Gardner, as well as Sizer Charter School, to create a regional ecosystem for early college. So students can literally flow in and out of your school to our school, over to you guys, and address the challenges that are coming up in life, because let's face it, they do. Sometimes you need to check out and be able to take care of sick mom or whatever it may be. So creating this pathway for students to be able to engage. And I'm going to talk about the grant. We just were awarded a grant from the North Central Massachusetts Foundation to bring together all of the players to host a summit to talk about what early college looks like for this region. So that'll be higher ed, both the community college and the university, our public school partners, business sector, the nonprofit sector, healthcare, because that does play a huge foundation in what this region looks like, and our economic development folks, as well as having students at the table who have gone through this work, who are part of this work, to really make sure that the work that we have built is that we're doing it correctly, and that we are taking into consideration the right components for all the stakeholders and headed in the right directions. And that wouldn't have happened without the trust that we've built through these processes.
The element of legacy and understanding the context of where we've come from, where we are, and then sustainability, where we need to go, and how do we manage the work together in order to provide that net for sustainability, is strengthened. That's where we can't do any of that work alone. We really need each other for both, to understand the context and the history, and to develop, and sustainability sounds very dry, but to develop a plan for beyond sustainability, the joy, the problem solving, the risk-taking. Those are all part of that net for, that old Zen saying, leap and the net will appear. That's hard for folks like us in speaking for myself, in big institutions, but that ecosystem helps support the trust that there's a net. I think part of the beauty of this work, and it's in large part been developed over the year through our co-constructed training, is that Fitchburg and Leominster are known as the Twin Cities in North Central Mass. And part of that Twin City thing is an athletic rivalry in every sport. On Thanksgiving Day in particular, both school districts host football teams, and the rivalry is very intense. Whoever wins on Thanksgiving, I mean, it's a big trophy. It's really a pretty big deal in this area. But this is a different way to approach working together. And so that football rivalry and basketball, those will continue to exist, but the collaboration we've been able to experience through this work is, it just adds so much to the institution and the individuals in the school district. So that's been, it's a true benefit. It takes an ecosystem to raise a change maker.